program is electric in its nature. Just a theory, bear with me. Belief is magnetic. So what happened with a program when the belief is dropped? When in general belief is dropped? It also has an effect on the emotional state, yeah? Emotions are changing, altering when meaning is discharged and programs are getting out of purpose. So a program without a purpose gets deleted, and it's everywhere the same. And personality is meaning. Only a person has meaning into a situation, into a circumstance, into the past, into the future. So persona, the masks, they're projecting in the line of the sutra. You go through intention, emotion, thoughts. They're related to whatever state, getting stronger or weaker, or you know how that works. You are human, or you are in this vessel for quite a time. You experiencing that persona has meaning. And as long as persona is there and gives you the meaning of life, you're gonna believe it. And so you're unaware in those feedback loops because it works, right? You're okay. You're living, surviving. So we need to go and take a better look at the persona. And the persona, obviously, it's made by identity. And identity is the love child of ego and intellect. So they're living in this box and they're having their life. And so the boxed spirit is limited. As long as you are gonna wake up to that dream and of that dream and begin to free your spirit. Your soul needs spirit to be freed from programming. And yeah, I know that's only my theory, that's only theory. In my theory, it's not the body per se where program is located. How I perceive it, programming is located in the soul. It's kind of like an electric grid. The eels I talked about before, these electric eels, building a network in the infinite rivers, in the infinite waters of the soul within our system, and in this biocomputer. And the persona is what happened with the soul, with the expression, with the character, by being activated through programming. So in my perception, or in my theory, it's like the soul comes in, and in this biocomputer, obviously the spark, you were conceived, everything started to build within, started to be created, and that intelligence within the fetus, like the baby that is growing, and the soul is there and experiencing everything. The baby is born, spirit comes in with the breath. This beautiful synergy of soul and spirit. And programming, which is already dormant within us, set through the mommy-daddy 50%, 50-50 DNA, whatever they went through, whatever their ancestors went through, whatever ages they've been, whatever programming they gave to the next generation, whatever wasn't resolved or dissolved, you're born with these programming. They're already set. You're actually already set in a direction. And it might also have to do with this other idea where people began to believe in it, the zodiac. I would recommend you to check out Archaics, Jason Brashears. Just check out the information you receive there. You're gonna lose it. You're gonna start to question everything. Yeah, it's time for that, questioning everything. So when the persona is active, the box is in the driving seat, ego, intellect, and identity, full on speed ahead. So spirit, the observer, the neutral state, without any jar, is just in the back. And as long as you are staying in the five senses experience of the movie, and the observer isn't activated within the awareness you are and the neutral state, you're gonna argue about everything that comes into your life that supports you or could potentially support you. And especially when it comes to sutras or protocols, applications, they are very easy to follow. That's the trap of the box again. It has to be complicated to get it, and to be stronger in the ego and have more intellect, and so backing up identity even more. That's all the same game, always. What I learned through my path is the more complicated it gets, it's fun to figure it out. I've been there and it was fun, but it was also frustrating. The more complicated something gets, it's probably a hoax. It's probably something that try to activate the intellect and the ego even more to show off with something. Hey, I got it. Didn't you get it? I get it. Or I got it. In that way. And that's where you build these layers of stories, these layers of, expressing identity. The persona, which is expressed through that, the masks you're collecting through the programming that was already in your body, it was already in your body computer. The only way, in my perception, and I do this for my whole life and intensely working with other fellow humans about 26 years. So it's like, I did it before. In every job I had, I was the one who was, finding solutions for private problems. And maybe you resonate with that. You see yourself in this as well. So as long the persona is in the driving seat, so the box, the masks, they want to be presented, defended, honored, admired, whatever it is. You can feel that when you are on social media. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about here. And this admiration and all of that actually just brings you deeper into trouble, because that street goes only into a feedback loop, always. It's a resonance, a field of resonance, right? And a persona always holds meaning. To discharge meaning, to be aware of meaning, you probably do you a big favor getting out of the box, being a neutral state, and observe the box, your perception of reality decoded through your 5 senses. Or look from observer perspective into this world. Just the last, let's say, 5 years. This should wake you up to the freaking max. What the heck is going on? Not just what is going on, how did you get here? Like, how did you get there being opinionated about anything and everything that's happening in the world, being tuned in all the circumstances, your attention is there, again, opinionated on your fight for a side. Still in the belief that the good fights against the bad and the good is gonna win. So bear with me, because that's a lie. It's the same kitchen, always. If you have 2 options to choose, these 2 options is just a spectrum of polarity, the good and the bad, in perceiving reality, right? In this world. And in that moment, you having an opinion, you are set. You have a location. You have coordinates in this reality. This and that is real. This and that is my opinion about this and that. I don't even want to get started with any political things, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's an opinion. Your location within is the box. Your coordinates is that story. And you're there. So whatever you encounter is going to be related, more or less, to your opinions. And of course, belief. The belief is fueling opinions. Without a belief, opinions, they just fade. The strength of an opinion is fading, and you're asking yourself more and more, why would I have an opinion about this or that? And you guys are probably there, that you understand exactly this. The persona has an opinion. Spirit observes and makes decisions. Spirit distinguishes reality. The persona, the box, ego, intellect, and identity, has an opinion. And it's a very fine line again, opinionated, being opinionated. You can feel it. When you have a strong opinion about something, you feel it in your whole system. And what do you feel? It's the program, it's the belief, it's intention, it's thoughts, emotions, it's the box, it's in going into action, is expressing the opinion. I don't know how it's with you. On my path, especially as a teenager, I was very opinionated. I couldn't stand people who are fighting each other for no reason or just being mean because there is something active that makes you mean. So I had a lot of discussions with my brother and with my dad and with other people, mostly family, mostly closed circle. And no one could give me an explanation, gave a clarity that this makes sense, having an opinion about something. I could discover that these opinions were layered down into childhood, into stories happened there, and so on. I'm very careful with this because it is not about the story. Yes, we got activated in our childhood. The soul got overwritten with programming, which then determined the new character. The soul's character, the original skin, is overwritten, and the programmed self that is coming, the ego, intellect, and identity, the boxed spirit, that's all you believe to be. That's the fake who, that's the fake character. Nevertheless, we need that fake character to figure out that it's fake. Without the fake character, without having a tremendous depth of programming, it's very hard to detect what's going on here. That's why it's actually a blessing. Obviously not when you're in the middle of, because the experiences are very real and are very uncomfortable often. That's why. Take it to your heart. Begin to observe everything within you. The box, emotions, thoughts, the whole character of the box. The whole wanting to be in the driving seat of life, wanting to be the driver, there's a reason for that. Wanting to be the driver, there is a push and pull. You can't be here. You need to sit next to the driving seat. I'm the driver. So the Adjustment Bureau wants you to be next at the driving seat. And it's comfortable from time to time. In the 80s, it was very comfortable because I had no idea. I was a kid. Nevertheless, the objective and subjective perception was always there, and it always got stronger. I always thought everyone has that. Yeah, everyone does have it. Everyone has the observer in the film, the movie. In most lives of everyone out there, the objective perspective faded and just became so calm that it's not even recognizable. This is where we go back to the objective perspective, the observer, spirit, perception, neutral state. I'm repeating that so often because I had a client who was interested and started to work with it, but didn't really took it so serious or so, And he went into a lot of troubles again and again and again. And I was just like, as long as you're not working with yourself, as long as you're dependent on someone else, seeing this person every week, and then get the explanation of what happened in life again, it's not gonna work. You need to do the experiments by yourself, where you're going to wake up of this dream. Because I tell you, you're dreaming. And you're gonna say back, or you're gonna tell me, I know. And I'm gonna ask you, and what are you doing with this? How does your life look like? Do you live in your individual reality tunnel? Thanks, Jason, for that word, reality tunnel. So you're living in that individual reality of yours. Are you doing that? Are you free of the system? Did you discharge the meaning and deletion of programming happens so that the whole construct could fall apart or get deleted or transcendent in something else? Probably not, because then your life would look different. So whenever you have a meaning towards anything in the outer, like you need that car, you need that watch, you need that fill in the blank, whatever it is, just think twice. Who does it need? Who needs it? Who? The box or spirit? Yeah, it really depends on the intention. So again, get out of the box, observe reality, meaning we observe the box you're lived in. You just figured out that you can change your perception. Get out of the box, become spirit, discharge meaning in the box, which is related to everything in your life that has meaning. And you do that through the breath, the most effective and efficient way. Because with the breath, there is no recollection of story. Yeah. So the sutra is pretty easy. Getting out of the box, observe. Dismantling ego, intellect, and identity, the masks. Dismantling that without jar, it's probably a little challenging. The concept is easy. Getting out of the box and staying there, that's probably the only challenge you will have in the beginning. Get your experiences in when you are outside of the box. Just be there, observe. Jar-free zone. Take the breath with you if you need it, if you have trouble to stay out. So the persona you are fighting every day, trying to be someone, the who, has overwritten the what you are in every way. And if you are one of those people, those humans having questions and are ready to jump, let's jump. And I'll talk to you soon.